I'm Nadia.
I'm Issa.
I'm Avery.
And we are the creators behind Matching! We are so excited to be making this video. And we're gonna basically tell you the rundown of what is Matching, how did we get here, what was the process, and what can we expect.
Matching is a cozy wear brand. Our favorite thing to do together are crafts, drinking wine, movie nights with the pups. So we wanted to create something that we can do that in while matching.
We also love a coordinated outfit.
And a girls' night in.
Yes, exactly. And we want to do it in like cute little aesthetic matching PJs.
Also, one of our crafts was like designing PJs, and we were like, that's actually pretty cute.
Like, I would wear that. Also, we're sisters, we're best friends, and now we're all best friends. And Avery and I have always wanted to start a business together. We've kind of toyed with the idea
for like 21 years.
I feel like we are in business together, kind of, because like we make so much content together. But Avery and I, like literally for the last 2 years, have been dreaming up something. Like, we are obsessed with our dogs. We literally had this idea for Mimi and Willie, which was about like mostly dog stuff that you could like match with your dog.
We went as far as making a full deck and product strategy for a whole dog clothing line. It ended up being something that is already a very saturated market.
No, okay, also, pajamas are a very saturated market too, and we definitely take that into consideration. We have not been like hidden from also backlash about influencers specifically making pajama brands, but I think for us, we kept looking at a lot of that feedback and thinking like we wanted to do something different. We wanted to take our time and like customize everything from like the pattern to exactly how we were gonna build the business. And so for us, it was really like, we're not just gonna order something on Alibaba and like literally resell it. We started from the very beginning, from like,
we wanted this to be like a fun project for us to do and like actually take the time, be thoughtful about it, go in, feel fabrics, do sketches. We have, oh my gosh, upstate we have like canvases with little lobster drawings. So we really wanted to be hands-on with the process, just like also as like a learning life moment.
This started off with us going to the garment district in like the dead of winter. It was freezing cold. I dragged my husband there to all these random stores, like basements. Like there are stores you wouldn't even know exist in like hidden in office buildings. And we were looking at buttons, fabric, elastic, all of the different pieces that go into making a piece of like a garment. And we learned a ton along the way and still have a ton to learn. So this is just our first iteration. We're excited to learn more.
and we've definitely learned a lot, to say the least. A lot.
We had some no, we gotta keep going moments.
Yeah, there were times where we were like, I'm about to quit, almost getting into fights, but we didn't. We've been good about communication, but like it's been a whole learning experience. So basically this started like, I would say a year ago, where we were like, we are gonna do pajamas. And we kept trying to convince ourselves almost like out of it, being like, oh, look, another influencer pajama brand, like this is what they're doing. But we kept just looking at exactly what they're doing, what we would want to do differently, and making sure that we were adding something new to the space. So first things first, this is not my first company, and something I always really, really believe in when starting any business venture is to surround yourself with people who are experts. And so that's the first thing that we did. I knew someone who was married to someone who has worked for decades in the pajama brand. She's literally like head of R&D of a very well-known loungewear brand. And she came in, we hired her as our consultant. We self-funded it along the way to pay her to basically shepherd from start to finish our first pajama design. She's the one who hooked us up with her manufacturer, a few different manufacturing options. She also introduced us to the sample room in the garment district that we have been working with. And basically from there, the first step,
going to the garment district, I was on the phone with our contact who helped us through this process, being like, what should I be looking at in the garment district? What should I buy? And the first step was honestly doing some shopping, which was a whole lot of fun because that's something we're all three very good at. So we bought things that we liked and liked the feel of, and started to kind of Frankenstein together a sample of what we liked, and then handed that off to the sample room to put it all together.
Did a lot of mix and matching.
That's
Mix and matching!
and then we had to come up with a design. We knew we wanted to do something for summer, and
This was a big learning
Yeah,
moment.
But this is
not
also
only-
like not where we wanted to land. Like,
No.
like we love these, but we know we can do more.
yeah.
I'd say like on the scale of 1 to obsessed with, I would say like 8. Like we love these and we know there's so much more that we can do from like a pattern process. We'll show you like on socials the original design, which was 6 different icons on white pajamas. And this was like 4 months ago.
I literally mean like we took brush to canvas, pen to paper, and like drew out little icons and tried to mix and match, see what worked. We even sampled a whole set with all of the icons on it. And then from there, we kind of pulled what we loved and what looked good and tested out content, the colors.
Learning number one, they shouldn't be white because then they'll be see-through. So we ended up spending this money and we got like great new samples with the pattern that we love. There was a lot of thought that went into like literally how long were the sleeves going to be? Where are the pockets? What is the tag? The
buttons,
waistband, the sleepy tee. And we got this set of pajamas back and we did not love them. They were
You can
white.
see your butt crack.
Yeah, you can see your butt. They were completely see-through.
I see every spot on every areola.
We realized that like the 6 icons was a lot, and if you have 6 icons, like it didn't line up perfectly on this, and so we went with 1 icon, the lobster. Why? We just liked how the lobster looked.
I'm a huge lobster fan.
Yes.
I love lobster.
I'm glad you guys do.
Okay, we were like, what do we want the icon to be? I straight up was like, yeah, lobster, like obviously. Because the other one, what was it? There was a bikini, there was a lawn chair.
Like an Aperol.
The tin fish, the sardines.
The sardines, that was
really trendy.
cute. We
Yes.
looked at bows.
Wait, also the Friends reference, like it's your lobster, like your
we've been
purses.
obsessed with Friends.
Yeah, so like she's your lobster, like she's your person, like your lifelong friend. So we landed on that, and then also butter yellow, like the color of the summer. We also love this color, and it was just a lot of joy. And so this is where we landed. We have completely self-funded this thing. So this is very different from other businesses that I've done, which brings me to my next point, which is obviously we're sisters. We make a lot of content as sisters. A very common question is, where's Amaya? We actually did ask her if she wanted to be involved very early on. She just doesn't want to use her savings for
I
a
just
dog brand.
posted a TikTok because we did a whole little reveal, like a little sister moment where I was like,
Yeah.
look at her PJs. And she explains a little bit. Genuinely, we were like, Amanda, please, like this would be really fun to do it as like sisters, as friends or whatever. And she was like, no.
Yeah, this is like
She's focusing on her art and her apartment and Kuma right now.
Yeah.
But we do hope to do accessories or some sort of like, we'll do a collab with her, obviously, which we're very excited
Lobster
about.
nails.
Lobster nails. Us 3 were delulu enough to think like this is something to self-fund.
She's also not really a matching sets kind of
I
girl.
feel like she's more of a sleeping in your underwear and a t-shirt girl.
The next thing we need to do is figure out like pricing, the logistics. I am dating a man in finance. What is he useful for beyond making us a financial model to help us figure out exactly how many we were gonna get? So one thing with any manufacturing partner, and we looked at many, also compared on what was the most ethical, transparent, best communication, also what we had, our consultants had the best experience with and have worked with for decades. And you have to order this amount.
So the part of the process that I led was the initial kind of R&D of the pattern and what direction we were going to take this first set in, because admittedly I've probably spent the most on pajamas.
For sure.
I think you
all
got
this-
us into PJs.
Yeah, I introduced you guys to Everyday.
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
you definitely got us
Like,
into PJs.
I love PJs. I've always been kind of a matching set girl. My mom raised me with PJs, and we've always had matching sets growing up, kind of as a family for holidays. So I have drawers full of pajamas, so I knew what I liked, didn't like, and so that was a good place to start. The process was really great to get involved with all of those things that I've had knowledge of previously. Take that to our contact in the garment district, and she explained so much to us about the different kinds of cotton and how for something to be stretchy, you have to have polyester or some sort of blend. And we really wanted these to be 100% cotton, and the 3 pieces are 100% cotton except for this tee because we wanted it to be a stretchier, comfier tee. So we're still looking for a way to make a little more sustainable, stretchy material, but unfortunately a lot of what exists out there is stuff that contains plastic and microplastics and things like that. So there's a long way to go in the garment industry, and there's a ton of waste that happens. And so part of why we did small batches and looked into smaller quantities was because we wanted to reduce the waste, and we only wanted to order what we would be able to sell.
And what we could afford.
There is that.
Then I kind of took mostly on the planning in terms of logistics of like how much do
You're
we
a
need to
project
spend.
manager.
Project manager, but also my boyfriend, fiance, he works in finance. He spends his whole job making financial models. So I asked him to make one for us, and that really helped us understand how much is this going to cost for us to do. We did the minimum amount that our manufacturer would allow us to do. We ordered the minimum quantity, which is 250 of each SKU. So we have 4 SKUs, we have 250 of each of them, and we had to really go back and forth on like, how much is that going to cost us? What do we have to sell them for? We are spending $0 on marketing. We're depending on our socials. We're all creators. Avery surpassed 10,000 on TikTok at Coachella,
We
which is
get a cake.
yeah, we have to get a cake for
I
that.
have 13 now.
Oh, 13,000! We are not doing any marketing spend, so this is gonna be like we're doing it ourselves. We're fucking packing the orders ourselves, okay? It's all shipping upstate.
Packed with love.
Packed with love, lots of love. Basically, worked on project managing like the actual logistics, the finances of it, setting up things like the bank account,
We
kind of more
literally
the
like
admin
inputting
things.
numbers into a
Yeah.
spreadsheet.
And like first of all, this is not our main job. Like I have a full-time job, I'm a creator, you're a creator, and in college you have a full-time job.
I had another consulting
Yeah.
gig.
So basically, like for us, this is very much an evening, like weekend side project we're really excited about. We've basically been meeting up the last few days, like 6 p.m. to like 10 p.m. to work on this. Like it's been a side project, labor of love. So all that to say, like we don't look at this as like we're gonna make a ton of money. This is gonna be our nest egg. Like this is just something fun we wanted to do because like we wanted the pajamas. And honestly, what was really refreshing and I think made us want to do this even more was when we were shopping for samples because our partners were like, you need to go find an example of what you want. There wasn't something where it was like, this is what we want. We had to like pick and choose. Like we like this material, this waistband, this sample.
What did you say? I like that you said Frankenstein it
Yeah,
together.
Frankenstein it together. Anyways, all that to say, how we landed on pricing is we knew that we did not want to come out with like $200 pajama sets. We wanted to be as affordable as possible. Originally, we naively thought we could get each one down to like $40 a SKU, but then we would be losing money on everything. We also did a lot of waiting because there were like tariffs, the whole drama around tariffs, and we were gonna manufacture in China. Originally, we were looking at manufacturing here in New York, and then we learned that we talked to many manufacturing partners. Every single one that we spoke to in New York ordered the fabric from China. And so basically, even if they're made in New York, everything else, the buttons, like the sewing, all of the fabric, and sometimes even the patterns, like how they're cut, it's all made in China anyways. And there are some pajama brands out there that say made in New York, but they're actually made in China and then packed here in New York. So we learned a lot about the behind the scenes. We did end up choosing a manufacturing partner in China that we're super, super excited to work with. And then we passed that savings on to the customer. So basically we are able to market at the prices that we are because we sacrifice the margin. A lot of pajama brands out there, they're making like a 60 to 70% profit margin. Ours is like 30 to 40% if we're lucky. And what we expect that to cover is truly just to pay us back for the investment we made. But probably more likely it's gonna go into our holiday drop, which we're super excited for. So like our goal from the beginning from a pricing standpoint was like, can we just make enough that we can order our next batch? Our hope is that we will always do limited edition, one time only pajamas. So like this is our butter lobster set. We will never come out with this set ever again. We want to do these like really curated, small, made to match and just enjoy. So that's really
our craft night creation.
Yes, exactly, craft night. So that's kind of the back end. I've loved the comments that we've been getting in DMs about the affordability of them. And again, for what we wanted, the quality that we wanted, like this is really the best that we got. Are we in debt right now? Yeah, but we haven't even gotten the big order yet. But we're really, really excited about this. And this is such a labor of love. But yeah, my role was really project management and just kind of figuring out like the business ops of it.
For this first set, my role was really leading on the content side and also just kind of when they came up with these really fun, exciting ideas, expensive ideas, I was kind of like, okay, well, let's look at the demand. Let's look at the comments that we were getting on all of our socials of like, what would people actually be interested in? And you know, what was like cute and trendy to other people. So I think
She could be like, you're so millennial.
like there was a lot of back and forth because as Nadia said, I'm still a student, I'm still in college. So for a lot of this process for this first batch, I was in Ohio and doing a lot of virtual work. So they got to do a lot of like the hands-on, literally, I mean like feeling fabrics things.
Yeah.
But just these past few months while I've been in summer, I have started the process, or we've all started the process. I got to do a lot of that kind of hands-on stuff for the holidays.
You guys also tag team.
We tag team design as well. Avery and I, as we said, we like went upstate and I literally mean we like sat at the table. We sat at the dining table with paints and color swatches and
the whiteboard
and our Pinterests open, and we literally kind of just like brainstormed and brain vomited like all of the ideas and things that we want to see eventually, if not even in this set, eventually some or in some shape or form down the line in matching. And we did a lot of mood boarding. So a lot of my role in this area was a virtual kind of content strategy side. We just did a bunch of TikToks. I'm excited to graduate. So Avery and I, we took our little sketches, our little drawings, and we did what we could, and we brought them to our partners, and they were like, okay, well, let's lay this out on fabric. Let's see what this would look like in a tactile form, not in 2D.
This is what we got.
But from this process, we learned that we really wanted to work with an illustrator to make our crazy ideas actually come to life in the way that we want them to. So for holiday and for future drops, Avery connected us with.
So I previously consulted for Tiffany and worked with a designer
Tiffany
there.
& Co.
Tiffany & Co. Yes,
Yeah.
like the jewelry. And and worked with a designer there who is very, very talented and has just as many crazy ideas as we do and is super energetic. He's amazing, he seems fun, and he's obsessed with holiday and anything holiday. He decorates the White House for Christmas, like he's obsessed. So when we came to him being like, we need some support on holiday, he was all over it, came up with a million different options. And he loves PJs.
Yeah.
So it was a win-win. So he really helped us figure out like what colors go together, because ones that went together in our head didn't necessarily translate to what looks good on fabric, which was another big lesson. So he helped us kind of tweak and guide us through the process of narrowing down ideas, trying different options, and was so patient with us as we were like, yes, no, yes, no.
And as we were like, this is our idea. And he's like, okay, well, here's 4 different options of what that could look like. And we got to pick and choose.
And like there were some ideas that we were so determined that like certain things were gonna look good, and he mocked that up for us, and we were like, oh no. Yeah. But it was really helpful to see that, because without going through that process, we wouldn't have known that it looks bad. And we would have ended up with maybe ugly PJs.
Well, because for this first round, we did that where we would order and actually we would place the order to get a sample of our ideas, and we got them. We paid for them to be made, and we were like, this looks like crap. Yeah. But because we didn't get to see what it would look like kind of like on screen, like as a PJ set.
Something we worked on together was all of the content to launch and the website, which all happened in the last 2 days. So literally like
we sat at that table with different levels of laptops.
So basically Avery has a photographer she worked with for her engagement photos, Jojo. She hit up Jojo. Jojo was available on Sunday, which is the day after we texted her. Jojo comes over to my apartment. We shoot all the content in my apartment. And then Jojo, Angel Jojo, stayed up late that night to send us photos because she knew we were really excited to do this. And she also was very excited about it. And so she sends us photos literally like Sunday night, Monday morning. We get together Monday at 6 p.m. We open our laptops and we literally made the website start to finish, worked on the back end, made sure everything worked.
No, not start. We started with a few different mock-up drafts.
No,
yes, we did.
Squarespace?
On Squarespace, on a whole different platform.
Okay, well, you guys, we had a template open
on a different word.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. We had the website. It was another
big
learning curve. It was another learning curve to learn.
Yes. Because first of all, we fucking built this website. Isis spent weeks on it on Squarespace, not even realizing it doesn't fucking integrate with Shopify. So we literally like at 7:30 p.m. after an hour and a half of like perfecting the Squarespace website, we're like, okay, tomorrow we need to get a refund for Squarespace because we just purchased $250 annual subscription. We did get the refund, which is great. And then we literally, 7:30 p.m. we started on a whole new Shopify website builder and had to like Google, YouTube video, exactly how to do that. And then we launched at like 9 p.m., announced on socials at like 10 p.m.
No, we launched at 10.
At 10.
Not 10. Important.
Basically, that was the journey. It wasn't like, weeks of website. It was like a few hours. So we really grinded on it.
Well, I think because when we got these physically in our hands, we were so excited. Like,
so excited.
We spent months and so many trips to the garment district, like getting these physically in our hands. And I think when we did, we were like, okay, all we need is the digital strategy content. And, we can pop that out. So we were like, everyone come here, sit your asses down. We're going to do it. So when we actually got them, we were just so excited we wanted to launch.
So we launched, and it's been a very exciting, last less than 24 hours. We all had our own expectations about how it was going to go.
Very different expectations.
Yeah.
I thought we would launch at 10 p.m. and I'd wake up and there was 0 inventory left.
She thought we would sell out.
I woke up and refreshed my computer. I was like,
I am more of the nervous Nelly, and so I thought nobody would get it. And then this was an awful financial mistake that we would all be just so upset. I'm kind of the type of person where I plan an event, and even if everyone has RSVP'd, on my wedding day, I'm gonna be nervous that no one's gonna come. That's kind of, yeah, you'll come.
We'll be there.
But basically, so that's what I thought. So full transparency, how many orders have we gotten? In the last 20 hours, we've gotten 73 orders. That is pretty good. I think that's great.
Okay, but they are for multiple items, which I did not keep in mind.
Yeah.
It's not just 73 items. It's I
think that's another thing we're learning though, is that people, we were mix and match, but people are really mixing and matching.
Or just buying the shirt or just the boxers. Yeah. So if you don't buy it soon, you might not have a top or a bottom.
Avery was pissed about. She's like, should we get more bottoms? Like, we had no idea how it was gonna go.
My expectation, I was really, really excited about the content social side aspect of things. So as you can tell, they're very logistics and the numbers. I was kind of worried about the conversion in our views and clicks and how that actually translated into the purchases. So honestly, purchase-wise, what I thought would happen, like happened. So I'm pretty satisfied with the buys.
Can we keep it up?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think the consistency of people actually purchasing, I'm still super excited about all the content, and I'm really excited about holiday.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited about
I wish
our
we could
holiday.
just show holiday.
Let's talk about feedback that we've gotten and questions that we've gotten. There are a lot of learnings. First of all, we didn't have a sizing chart when we launched. We were a little bit excited, and the consultants we work with said, like, wait for the sizing chart.
I said we should wait.
Yeah, you should.
I said we should wait
were
for the
very
sizing
excited.
chart.
We did get a
But I
sizing
also
chart
really
today.
wanted-
We got it today.
We got it today.
It was in centimeters though.
Yeah, so Avery had to convert it into inches, and we will be putting on the website as soon as possible, and like we'll send note on social about it and everything.
Another question that we got was about care instructions, how to wash them. Can you wash them? Yes, you can wash them. I think this was another thing Avery took lead on, was trying to wash them. I will say with our 100% cotton ones, they get softer.
Yeah,
to
they
wash.
softer, yeah.
So with our 100% cotton ones, they get softer. Like if you can actually look, they're like, when you first get them, they're 100% cotton.
They're a little
Yeah.
stiff when you get them, but the more you
They're a
use
little
them, the more
stiff.
you wear them,
You
they
break
do
them in.
loosen up. Break
You break them in, you wash them and they get softer, they mend to your body.
So a lot of comments were about sizing, and there's a lot of great feedback about sizes that we can add. Like Nadia mentioned, there are minimum order quantities, and we weren't even sure that there would be demand for these in the first place. So it was great to see that there is demand, period, for these pajamas. And
Yeah,
so
we
we're
really we did not know a lot of people would be excited
My mom was
as
our
we
first
are.
order. Like, so we truly didn't know what the demand would be, but seeing how much excitement and interest there is in extended sizes, we definitely want to extend the sizes for our holiday order. There are so many great pieces of feedback. We didn't exactly know about straight sizing and plus sizing. We thought that having 2XL meant that was plus size. That's a learning. That doesn't mean that. There's 2XL and then 2XL plus.
And on the other side of the range too,
And there's petite.
yeah, on the other side of the range in the petite range as well.
So we launched with extra small, medium, large, XL, and 2XL, and got to our 250 minimum per SKU with that. But again, like as we said, we're taking everything that we make from this and reinvesting it into our holiday. That's not even gonna cover our holiday order. We're probably gonna have to self-fund a bit more. But you know what? We're taking a bet on this because we love it. It might be a bad decision, but we're having fun with it. But everything that we make from this order is just gonna go into our holiday order, which we actually have to place like relatively soon. Yeah, it's been a lot, but fun. We're taking a bet on ourselves. Depending on the resources, like we're gonna try to have more and more extended sizing as much as possible, and that's absolutely something that like we're really excited about.
So we launched yesterday. We got, what was it, 73 pre-orders. So what happens is that the first week of August, we receive a massive package.
Where are we
of
receiving it?
everything. Upstate.
It's going to my house upstate.
Upstate is going to be our headquarters, where we're going to receive all of your guys' PJs. And for that whole weekend, for Avery's birthday weekend, we're going to be packing your orders, printing the shipping labels, writing you guys notes.
Avery ordered cute postcards.
Yeah, we ordered 2
We got
postcards.
you guys a cute little note.
And then shipping them out to you, hopefully like very beginning.
First weekend of August is the
first
goal.
weekend of August. We'll finish all
Yeah.
of them the first week of August, and then
Crank
hunker
it out.
down and crank out holiday stuff.
But even with packing materials, that was kind of an afterthought. Like last night, as we were launching, I was like, oh, we should probably order something to send
Envelopes.
So would we have loved to have a branded mailer? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would that come in time? No.
Maybe
So-
for like next year Christmas.
Next holiday.
Next
But that's
holiday.
absolutely stuff we would like to do, but we did cart before horse, if you will.
The next thing that's coming from us is holiday. That's what we're super excited for. We have so many other ideas like Valentine's, bridal, because I'm getting married. We have a bunch of bachelorettes.
Holiday matching sets will be doggy puppy PJs.
Should we just do that it'll include dogs? What if we can't figure it out? We just do baby.
We're gonna figure it out.
No, but I really want to figure it out. Like it has to be.
It might be expensive as fuck.
I want to do puppy PJs.
Maybe just bananas.
If 73 orders is as much as we get for this, they may be puppy bandanas.
Also, we don't even know if we can afford to do holiday, so we kind of got to see how this goes. But we do have holiday coming up. We also, in that, want to include Amaya to do some sort of design consultation.
Amanda's
Also-
really excited about accessories.
Yeah.
Which I think would be
And
super
dog stuff.
Well, that was another thing, was that for this first drop, we were like considering doing what was it?
scrunchie.
Yeah, robes. we were considering doing scrunchies and sending out
Slippers, we
some
consider.
sort of accessory with the PJs. And I think that when we were talking to Amaya, like that was something that she got really excited and, you know, sparky about. So she got really excited about the accessory aspect. So I think for holiday we'll definitely work on something. Like if the doggy t-shirts don't work, it'll be a doggy accessory.
A bandana.
Or maybe both. We'll do both. We're figuring it out. When I showed Amaya the PJs, she was like, "Oh, I thought it was an embroidery and not a print."
Avery's obsessed with embroidery.
I fought tooth and nail
She really
for
did.
embroidered pajamas. I really did. We got a sample of embroidered pajamas and there was a ton of learning with those as well. The biggest thing for them being pajamas is that the inside of them isn't as soft as what you would want for a pajama. The other thing is that it is so expensive. So there are two reasons, and we toyed with do we just embroider the sleepy tee? Do we embroider, you know, bits and pieces? And ultimately we'll probably, if we make enough money, add customization later on. But fully embroidered PJs just simply was not in the cards. But it was
not comfy.
It wasn't comfy. It was very
comfy,
itchy.
But each set would have been like $300, and I'm not sure who would be buying that in this economy. So
Yeah. So you have a digital print from us, the little lobster.
but the thought was there.
Anyways, as you can tell, this has been like very much like, are we a real business? On paper, we are. But we're honestly, at the end of the day, like we're just a group of friends where we're having a lot of fun with this.
This is a craft.
This is a craft that people can enjoy with us. And it's been very much like labor of love. And we're also like very much like taking everything out there, like all the comments, all the DMs. I've been really, really thankful for like the thoughtful emails too. People taking the time to give us like constructive feedback.
We set up our feedback loop for
Yeah.
the website as well.
Like we are reading through all of them, and like I genuinely so appreciate anyone who's taken the time to like ask us questions, because we're getting questions that like even we want to know as well,
Or hadn't thought of.
So like this is very much us learning. None of us are textile designers. None of us have ever like run a clothing brand.
Oh, I have. In middle school, I did screen printing.
You did do that.
but
Mark still wears that shirt.
But did you make the
Mine-
actual t-shirt?
Yeah, no.
You screen printed.
I paint, actually not even, I paint.
So anyways, we're very much just like amateur craft girlies who are having a lot of fun with this, and we're really excited. Stay tuned, because hopefully next weekend we'll be packing a lot of the orders, and then
At least 73.
yeah, at least 73.
73.
The hope is that like we'd be sold out by then, so we could like just pack them, but we have no idea how this is gonna go. But we're really excited, and we
If
can't
anything,
wait.
you'll get a lot of content of us matching with every single person that we
might-
know.
If we don't sell these, this might be all we wear forever.
Until we sell out. But I hope you guys buy them, because then we can make holiday,
And then you'll match with us.
yeah, and we'll
Yeah.
match with us. Anyways.
I also want to say thank you, because I have had so much fun. This has just been a really fun journey, and again, a learning experience. Like I don't even just mean how to make PJs, like a life lesson in how to collaborate, not only with these two, but also our partners in manufacturing, and going in and learning about fabrics and textiles and all the things. And
Great
it's
time.
just on all the back end stuff. It's been a big adulting moment for me as well.
Adulting series?
But again, big thank you, and I'm just so excited.
I wanted to thank you guys. You guys don't really know me. You guys know these two. You know the Okamoto sisters, and you guys have put a lot of trust in me as someone who came in and did a lot of the research. So thank you for trusting them, and also kind of by default me, and for supporting all of us so wholeheartedly. All the feedback is really appreciated. I won't get my feelings hurt, so you can be brutally honest. So keep it coming.
Thank you for watching through this entire video, because
If you've made it this far.
there's a lot to explain, and again, big learning curves for all of us. So yeah, we love the feedback, and we're excited to take that and put it into the holiday set and moving forward.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.